Have you ever sensed an unspoken current flowing between you and another soul? A profound connection that words seem too clumsy to contain? Perhaps you felt the silent weight of a gaze, or noticed a peculiar shift in someone's demeanor when you entered a room, only to dismiss it as mere coincidence. We often believe love must announce itself with declarations, grand gestures, or a thunderous overture. Yet the deepest rivers run silent, and sometimes the most profound affections are those that whisper rather than shout, revealing themselves in the quiet spaces between heartbeats. What if the very fabric of true connection is woven not from dramatic pronouncements, but from the invisible threads of observation, mimicry, and a care so subtle it almost escapes detection? Carl Jung, that titan of thought, understood that authentic love, at its core, is an invisible bond, a resonance that transcends the explicit. It's a recognition, an attunement, often felt long before it's consciously acknowledged. In a world saturated with fleeting expressions and performative emotions, we sometimes forget the primal, instinctual dance of human connection. We overlook the profound poetry of the unsaid, the silent dialogues that unfold in stolen glances and understated gestures. But love, when it is true, when it is deep, always leaves a trace. It leaves a delicate imprint, a quiet signature on the canvas of interaction. Today, we invite you to explore the subtle, often overlooked signs that reveal a hidden affection, a love that may be blooming in secret, a silent devotion you might never have suspected. Learn to recognize these faint echoes, and you may find yourself realizing that someone cherishes you far more deeply than you ever imagined. Consider the intricate dance of unconscious affinity. When a soul feels a powerful, unspoken connection to yours, they often begin to mirror you without conscious intent. You might observe a subtle shift in their lexicon, certain phrases or turns of speech that echo your own. Perhaps their posture subtly aligns with yours, or they adopt a particular gesture you frequently use. Even their tastes and preferences might begin to converge with yours, drawn in by an invisible magnetism. This isn't mere imitation. It's a primal, neurological response, a testament to the profound, nonverbal communication that precedes conscious thought. Our brains are wired to resonate with those we feel deeply connected to seek harmony and likeness. If you find someone subtly adopting your unique cadences, your specific ways of moving, it's not a coincidence. They are absorbing your essence, internalizing your presence, perhaps more deeply than they themselves realize. It's a silent declaration of kinship, a subconscious plea to bridge the gap and say, I am like you, I understand you. Then there is the perplexing paradox of proximity, a behavior that often leaves us bewildered. It seems counterintuitive, yet frequently, those who harbor deep, secret feelings for you will act detached, even distant, precisely at moments when intimacy should blossom. Perhaps they avoid your gaze in a crowded room, change the subject abruptly when conversations veer towards emotion, or grow strangely quiet when you are the center of attention. This isn't rejection. It's a profound internal struggle, a self-protective mechanism. Intense emotions can be terrifying, especially if the person isn't ready to confront or declare them. It's the fear of a raw, exposed heart, the terror of potential rejection, or the overwhelming nature of an emotion they can't yet articulate. Their pulling away is a shield, a subconscious attempt to regain control, to prevent a torrent of feeling from spilling forth. But the more they attempt to deny what they feel, the more contradictory and ultimately revealing their behavior becomes. It's a quiet storm within, a heart longing to connect, but bound by fear. Repressed affection can also find its voice in the language of playful challenge. Have you ever noticed someone consistently finding ways to tease you, to engage in small pranks, or to tell unusual jokes directed specifically at you? This isn't merely childishness. It's a subtle invitation to a shared world, a safe space for interaction when directness feels too daunting. The desire to interact with you is so potent that it seeks an outlet in these small, almost innocent provocations. They are attempts to establish constant contact, to create a unique dynamic that keeps you engaged without making the emotional investment obvious. It's a test, a probe, a gentle push against boundaries, allowing them to gauge your reaction, to keep the connection alive, and to revel in your attention, all under the guise of lightheartedness. It speaks to a deep desire for attention and interaction, veiled by humor, a longing to bridge the distance without revealing the full depth of their feeling. Perhaps one of the most poignant signs is their uncanny ability to recall seemingly insignificant details of your conversations or shared moments. You might have mentioned in passing a childhood dream, a particular coffee order, or a fleeting thought about a book, and weeks or months later, they bring it up with striking accuracy. This isn't just good memory, it's an act of profound validation, a testament to the extraordinary value they place on everything you utter. It signifies that your life, your thoughts, your fleeting interests hold a significance that transcends casual acquaintance. Every word you speak becomes a cherished artifact in the sacred archives of their memory. It suggests a mind that constantly orbits around yours, collecting fragments of your essence, each piece treasured as if it held a precious secret about you. This level of attentiveness speaks volumes about the depth of their underlying interest, a silent affirmation that you matter, in ways you might not even comprehend. Consider also the silent gaze, unseen. One of the most powerful signs of hidden love is not the direct, confrontational stare, but the furtive one, the look that comes at moments when you believe you are not being observed. If you find someone looking at you intently while you are distracted, lost in thought, or engaged in conversation with someone else, it means they are attempting to every aspect of you without your awareness. These are not casual observations. They are moments of quiet devotion, an attempt to absorb your presence in its unfiltered form. Hidden love often manifests through this overwhelming desire to simply observe, to drink in your essence. It's an intimate act of seeing, a deep longing to understand your unspoken narrative, a silent testament to attraction that speaks volumes without a single word. Their eyes tell a story their voice dares not utter, a narrative of quiet adoration unfolding in the periphery of your consciousness. True listening is an art, and those who secretly love you are often its unspoken masters. While many people listen merely to respond, those who feel deep affection pay an almost extraordinary level of attention. They don't just process your words, they absorb every nuance of your tone, pick up on what is left unsaid, and remember details that even you might have forgotten. This form of listening is an act of empathy, a profound connection where one person attempts to inhabit the emotional landscape of another. They are the ones who can recognize when your smile is a mask for a sad thought, who sense when something troubles you, even if you offer no verbal clue, who intuit what to say to reassure you without needing explanations. A secret love manifests in this profound presence, in their ability to anticipate your needs, to perceive what you feel without explicit declaration. It is a listening that is never superficial, because every word you utter holds a special, almost sacred weight for them. The subtle alchemy of presence also serves as a potent indicator. A change in behavior is one of the most obvious signs of a hidden feeling. If a person is typically gregarious and outgoing with everyone else, but becomes notably more reserved or serious in your company, or conversely, more openly cheerful and spontaneous with you than with others, it is highly probable that they feel something strong and distinct. Perhaps they choose their words with unusual care around you, as if fearing to say something wrong, or they actively seek your gaze in a crowd, only to abruptly avert their eyes when met, as if wishing to conceal a potent emotion. Your presence acts as a unique catalyst, altering their natural demeanor. This shift reveals the true gravity you hold in their emotional universe. It's a testament to how profoundly your existence impacts their inner state, prompting either a guarded caution or an uncharacteristic openness. It's an unconscious declaration that you are different, special, and that your interaction carries a unique weight, setting you apart from everyone else. Finally, consider the gentle art of quiet nurturing. True love rarely requires grand declarations. It often reveals itself in the smallest, most overlooked details. Those who love you in secret frequently care for you in subtle ways, almost imperceptibly. They might ask if you've eaten, notice you're tired before you express it, or offer help spontaneously, even if you haven't asked. These aren't attempts to impress you with grand displays, but rather quiet, consistent acts of concern. They are simply ensuring your comfort and well-being, because when someone truly loves you, your happiness becomes a quiet priority in their own world. This isn't about seeking recognition or gratitude. It's about a fundamental, almost primal desire for your comfort and happiness. It's a deep, selfless concern that bypasses the ego and goes straight to the heart. A silent affirmation that your well-being is intrinsically linked to their own, even if they never voice it aloud. Love, in its purest form, often does not need to be declared loudly or with fanfare. Sometimes it hides in the details, in the everyday gestures, in those fleeting glances that articulate more than 1,000 words ever could. We've explored the unexpected signs that reveal a deep affection, often shielded by fear, insecurity, or simple, profound discretion. If you've recognized someone in these patterns, perhaps you have a person beside you who loves you in silence, who cares for you without drawing attention, who feels authentic sentiments without daring to confess them. And what about you? Have you ever felt that silent pull, that intuitive knowing that someone held a deeper feeling for you, yet found no courage to articulate it? Have you noticed these seemingly random signs that over time began to coalesce into a profound realization? Share your experience with us, for in the shared tapestry of human connection, we discover the myriad ways love manifests. Remember that love paints itself in 1,000 hues, and sometimes we simply need to open our eyes and our hearts to realize that someone loves us more than we could possibly imagine. The most profound connections, perhaps, are not those shouted from the rooftops, but those whispered in the quiet spaces between souls.